For those of you who don't believe that one can actually sell the soul, I want to tell you how wrong you are. Now, it isn't something that I would suggest that you do. No. See, to suggest that somebody do that would be like suggesting somebody get started on heroin. It's, at the time, it's a choice that you make because you feel like there are no other way outs. You feel so cornered and so trapped in whatever so-called darkness you're in that it seems like it's your only way out. Now, I know both of these very well because I became a heroin addict and I was also a Satanist. And I did sell my soul to Satan. I was given everything a young 20-something-year-old can want. Money, cars, women, partying. I was sleeping with a different girl every day of the week. Not 30 chicks a month, but every day of the week I had a different girl for that day. Money, cars. I was in shape. For my age, I looked 5-6 years younger. I could do massive amounts of drugs and never overdose. I should have killed anybody with those drugs, the amount that I did, and it never happened. No matter how hard I tried, I would mix in the strongest painkillers that I could find with the strongest heroin I could find and do a shot straight in the main vein, but other than that, I was just in this huge ego-powered trip. I did a lot of things, and that's hard for me to talk about. I won't go into the specifics of what I did, but I'll tell you that in return for what I was given, my job was to lead people, blind people, not literally blind, but blind people into the dark side, into hell, to get them to suffer and fall on their knees, and for them to do what I did, offer themselves to Satan, or if not, Satan's just this hateful being. He hates us, he hates humankind, and he wants to see as many of us suffer and just hate our lives and just, I can't explain it. He gets a kick out of it. And as ashamed as I am to admit it, every life that I destroyed, I felt so proud of myself. Every heart that I darkened, I felt like it was an accomplishment. I felt like they were my beautiful creations of disaster. And I can't understand why I felt like that. It was not me. I wasn't brought up to be like that. I had a very loving mother. I had a very loving father. I lived a somewhat normal childhood. What family doesn't have their issues? Father drinks, mother, pops pills, whatever. But I wasn't raised to be this hateful person. Anyways, that went on for a few years, and I did my part of the deal. I brought those people over to the dark side. I destroyed them, and I put them in the hands of Satan. And after a while, I finally met somebody, and the way it worked was when I did meet somebody, a young girl, I was to lure them in and destroy them as I did everybody else, whether it was getting them addicted to drugs or just, I can't explain it. It's just after, I can't talk about it, okay? Let's put it this way. After every person that I touched, their lives were destroyed after me. Not because of me, not because I was bad to them, because they all still, liked me after the fact. It may have taken them a couple of weeks to get over the breakup, But they all still wanted to stay friends with me. They still told me they loved me, blah blah blah, stuff like that. I can't explain it. Anyway, so I met a girl and I decided that I wasn't going to destroy this girl, that I wanted to be with this girl. So we stayed together for a good while. We actually decided that we were going to get off drugs. Most importantly, we decided that we were going to go join a church, a Christian church. And when this happened, her grandmother was diagnosed with cancer. It was very close to her grandmother. And this happened right around the time we were planning our wedding. So we decided we'd push the wedding off until, her grandma either got better or, passed away. But, we had to keep our family resources and everybody's focus on the grandmother. So we did that. The grandmother was doing good for a while. We decided that, okay, you know what, let's get married. While she's still alive, let's get married. Bought a dress, everything was good to go. About maybe the week before we were supposed to get married, the grandmother passed away. And the girlfriend of mine decided to go to the funeral, and after that I never saw her again. Once she was out of my grasp, out of my control, once she stepped into that church, I guess, something told her to get away from me, and she did. She did, and that broke me. That broke my heart. After she left, I fell down. I fell down to my knees, and I was reminded by Satan that I didn't belong to anybody but him. Satan was my ruler. So yeah, I continued to just fall apart after that. I wasn't doing what he asked me to do anymore. I was tired of that. I just wanted to be alone. I don't know. I went through the regular depression, and one day I just woke up with this blank feeling in my body. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel fear of death. I didn't feel grateful to be alive. I didn't feel scared to go to prison. I didn't care about my freedom. I didn't care about the next person's life. And I went out and I almost did something really bad. And I tell you this, when I got to where I was going to do this thing, the potential victim of mine, I couldn't harm that person. It was like they were protected, I guess, by maybe they were Christian. I don't know. I couldn't do it. That's the basic thing about it. Something about them that stopped me from being able to do anything. And when I walked out of there, I was so angry at myself for not being able to do it. And I unloaded my gun into the air. I shot my gun into the air, unloaded the whole clip. Bang, 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 bang. So angry at myself. I don't know why. So I went home and I just fell asleep. I slept for, 30 something odd hours. And I woke up, go pee and check the time. But I slept, a good while after that. And after that, I kind of just changed again, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. I just stayed inside, didn't do nothing. And eventually I met somebody else. Not a girlfriend, but a friend, and she kept me company, and I decided that, I was going to try to be different, not completely different, but I was just going to basically leave my life in the hands of fate, of God, and eventually I saw the wrong that I was doing. I saw that my master, who I openly worshipped and whatnot, was leading this world into a place where I didn't want my kids to grow up. And the seeds were planted. I was watching an MTV award show or whatever, and I saw the blatant ceremony, Satan, this festival, praising Satan, and in the form of an award show. I saw so many devil worshiping signs. I just saw it all, and I'm not talking about your standard Illuminati, YouTube conspiracy stuff. I saw real satanic signs that I actively, worship and whatnot, and I decided, I'm going to preach the word. I'm going to tell people, not the God word, but I was going to tell people that these MTVs and whatnots, they're mind programming tools to get kids in line with, I guess, the New World Order, the Satanic Order with Satan, and they're nothing more than that. So I did that for a good while. Time went on. I eventually got back out there in the dating scene, and I did meet another girl, and I mean, that relationship, it wasn't anything special. There wasn't anything bad about it, anything good about it. But when it ended, I decided that it was time to quit methadone, which is what I was on to get off heroin. And I did that. And when I did that, I got really, really sick. Really, really sick. But after the sickness went away, I woke up like a newborn, and I'm thinking it was because when the sickness first started, I asked God, God, why can't we know what you know? Why can't we see what you see? And it's funny, when I came out of the worst part of the sickness 9 days later, I woke up like a newborn. It was like I was seeing everything for the first time, and I was just getting this influx of information or this enlightenment. Like, I understood, like, God's, not plan, but I understood what God wanted us to know. Enough of what God wanted us to know. And plus more, and when I would try to explain this stuff to people, like my mother, like, what I was feeling, what I felt like God was telling me, my heart would just start racing. I'd start sweating. I'd feel like I'm going to collapse, like I just couldn't handle that information inside of me, and I got my answer. We can't know what God wants us to know because our minds and our bodies couldn't handle a tenth of that information. I even tried to write everything down as much as I could, and even at that, my computer, I got a virus. I'm not saying any paranormal, stuff happened to it. My computer actually got a virus, and I had to erase everything. So but it was an awesome feeling, though. I felt so alive. I felt so connected with everybody, and all I wanted to do was preach the word of God. And I remember one night sitting here thinking about all the stuff that I did while I was in the process of selling my soul, and I got down on my knees for the very first time in my life. True regret and remorse in my heart. And I asked God to forgive me for all the wrong things that I've done. Everything. And it was an awesome feeling, and for a while after that, I couldn't even kill a roach. I felt like I had no more authority over that roach's life than he had over mine, and I just let the roach sit there, and I'd say, just go away, man. Just, you're not supposed to be here. Just go away. That's how in tune and in touch I felt with the world. It was an awesome feeling, but the devil, he doesn't let you go that easy. He felt that I owed him something, and eventually I found my way back to heroin. And when I started doing the drug again, I felt it push all that stuff that I had learned, everything that I felt, everything good that I had felt out of my body. I felt it push it all out. And it was a saddening feeling. I didn't want this feeling to go. I didn't want that good energy inside me to fade away, but it did, and it sucked, And I'm ashamed to say I forgot about it. One time I did try to fall back on it. I was here with another girlfriend of mine, and I was telling her about, basically what I'm telling you guys, basically this story. And for some reason, on both of my arms, scratches appeared going up and down in a circular motion around my arms, like if somebody had wrapped barbed wire on my arms and pulled tight. And this happened right in front of her. I wasn't doing anything to myself. I looked down, I saw these scratches. I ran to the other side of the house where my grandmother was sitting, and I showed her, "Grandma, look at this, look at my arms. Like, I didn't do this. Like, they appeared out of nowhere." And she said in Spanish, something to do with the devil. I was like, I think you're right. And so I came back over here to show my girlfriend, and eventually they faded away. And again, I took that as a reminder that the devil was letting me know that I was here and couldn't be touched. That I was here and I couldn't be touched, and that there was no escape. And there's a lot more to that, but basically, I did sell my soul, and I'm still upkeeping my end. Not happy about it, but when I did try to stop, I lost everything that I had. Everything that I had. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's what it is. I am who I am. That's all I can say. I'm just putting this out there. I'm just letting you know you can sell your soul. Don't do it. But if you do it, just know it's for the long run. Just be prepared for the consequences. And that's it. Later.